In the words of Donald Trump, people keep being nasty to me. They keep leaving me nasty emails and nasty comments on my videos. Oh, what should I do? Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to carry on telling the truth. Well, why are they so upset with me? Well, those on the right, smashing windows and dragging people out of their cars on the basis of their skin colour. Well, they say that I should not describe the protest, the riots, no acts of terrorism, as acts of terrorism. They say it's not terrorism, it's a protest, and it's peaceful. Well, the counter-protests are, I must admit, but not the actual protests. No, they're actually separating cars on the basis of the driver's skin colour, dragging them out and beating them up if they're black. They're torching shops on the basis that the owner is black. And also for the occasional Greg's a vegan sausage roll, as it seems. And some bath bombs. But anyway, whatever they're into, I suppose. We all like a good bath bomb after all. But it did get me thinking. That it did. What is the definition of terrorism? First thing that sprung into mind was this. Blimey. Really? Yes, really. I always thought he was a snake oil salesman. Just another lying opportunist populist. He wants to befriend Donald Trump. And Donald Trump don't give a shit about him. No. Didn't want to meet up with him. Poor old Nigel. He thought he was his best buddy. So anyway, I looked into it. Okay. After I got over the fact that Nigel Farage, in my mind, is a terrorist, but not necessarily the case. But what he does do incite it, as it seems. Well, that's what he's been accused of. But you see, it did get me thinking. It got me thinking, what is terrorism on the basis of the definition of terrorism for the UK government? What is the UK government's definition of terrorism? And I thought to myself, after Max Spare uploaded a video clip of Tom Fowles, who's been interviewed by GB Not News, CBEs, or whatever you like to call them these days. Yeah, how can they not news? Anyway, apparently they're an entertainment channel. That's not listed. Anyway, there's GB News for you. But yeah, anyway, he was interviewed on GB News, and he said it as it is. And I'll share that little video clip with you in a moment. But first, let's just have a look at what the actual definition, official definition of terrorism is. It's actually really important to know this stuff, so we don't make a fool of ourselves online. Okay, terrorism. Now, this is an extract from the actual Terrorist Act. I think it's called TACT. Oh, TACT2000. I think it's updated actually in 2006 as well. Here we go. There's legislation.gov.uk. This is the official document. I'll leave a link to this in the description down below. If you want to media through that, yeah, don't do it. It's boring. I've just been through it. Yeah, not all of it, because there's so much of it. But anyway, it describes within its pages what terrorism is. I found it. Here it is. Anyway, so the current UK definition is set out in the Terrorism Act 2000. TACT 2000. And in summary, this defines terrorism as the use of a threat, there's been plenty of threats, you must say, of serious violence. Yes, they've been pretty damn violent. They try to burn people alive. That sounds pretty damn violent to me. Against personal persons or serious damage to property where that action is. Well, I said in the previous video, I believe it's terrorism because it's terror against people, not just property. That's terrorism, as far as I'm concerned. It appears that that's the case. So anyway, it's designed, this terrorism is designed to influence the government. It's like a strike, okay? But strikes are generally peaceful. They didn't used to be, but they are generally peaceful. And now the Labour government is looking at actually getting rid of the Tories' bill regarding striking and stuff like that, because they said it's not, well, actually it goes against human rights. So You know, you have a right to strike peacefully, obviously. So you've got to withhold your labour. You know, just like the GPs are going to be doing in the UK very soon, just like the junior doctors did. Why are they calling junior doctors? That's 6 years training. I'm sorry, but it just feels wrong to call them a junior. I think of a junior, I look at my kids, you know? Well, my younger kids or my grandchildren now, actually, because all my kids are growing up. But anyway. So designed to influence the government or an international governmental organisation or to intimidate the public or a section of the public. Isn't that exactly what's been going on? For the purpose of advancing political, religious, racial or ideological causes. I'll tell you what they need to do is get rid of that stupid rule in Parliament where they have immunity. They can say whatever they like. They've got immunity. They need to get rid of that. They need to be held to account when they lie in Parliament. We have had so much of this over the last few years. Especially with Alexander Boris Johnson, Liz Truss, Richie Sunak, the man who likes to give loans, COVID loans to his wife. How is that morally correct? So anyway, terrorist-related offences are those, such as murder, which are not offences in terrorism legislation, TACT2000, but which are judged to be committed in relation to terrorism. Also, there are elements of this for online abuse as well, and online acts, incitement online, which is exactly what this little scum, Nigel Farage has been up to, inciting violence. Same with Ben Habib, Katie Hopkins, Tommy No Names Robinson, when he actually Yedin Lennon, whatever his name is. God knows. Anyway, that really angry geezer sort of originated as a football hooligan in his dodgy tracksuits and sweaty body. Anyway. So, yeah, Ben Habib, Katie Hopkins, Nigel Farage. He's not the worst. Lee Anderson. Nigel Farage is not the worst. Nigel Farage is too clever. You might think he's stupid, but he's actually too clever. He dances around what's actually technically could get him locked up. Basically, I think he's pushed it a little bit over the line. He's not going to go to jail over this. It's not going to happen. But he has been discredited now by so many people, including his own people. Nigel Farage is not the Messiah. He's a naughty boy. Who threw that? Anyway. So, what did the barrister say? Well, the barrister said this, that he did.
The legal definition is terrorism, is if you commit acts of violence, acts against property, or acts that might endanger people's lives, and you do so with the intention of furthering a political cause and or causing intimidation or a change in government policy. So if you make a plan with other people and that plan involves, say, firebombing a mosque or firebombing a hotel where asylum seekers are staying,
bin for the fire.
Then speaking hypothetically, that seems to me that it could well fall into the definition of terrorism. But there's also the offence of encouraging terrorism. And this is where if you make public statements that glorify or encourage terrorist acts, and a reasonable person might assume that you did so with the intention of encouraging other people to partake in those acts.
But that's exactly what Nigel Farage and others have been doing. Thinly veiled, but it is. It's not like, oh, yeah, go on, get in there, drag them out of their cars, beat them up. I've got an idea for you. Grab a wheelie bin, a set of light, and shove it into a migrant hotel. Never mind the fact that they weren't just migrants in that particular hotel, but, it doesn't matter, kids and all that. These people are seriously dangerous, and we need them locked up. That really includes people like Nigel Farage. But especially Yaxley Lennon, whatever his name is, Tommy Robinson, and all that ilk, and a lot of those who were in Parliament, who incited aggression towards others. Thinly veiled, but riled up the masses. The blame game, blaming everybody else. Hey, it's them over there, Okay? You see that woman there? The hijab and all that, Like Alexander Boris the Feffel Johnson would say. Oh, bank robbers and letterboxers. And these people, they voted for that man. Boris Johnson. It says as much about the British people as it... Not all the British people, obviously. Actually, definitely not the Scots. No, it's the English. Sorry, I'm English, but it is embarrassing, I must say. And things have to be said, and we have to stand up against it. We've got to speak against it. If we overhear, so not to get aggressive, but we ask for discussion. We need to speak to these people. See, they're quite easy to discredit. They probably won't listen, but you might plant a seed in their head. The only thing that's going to work with these people, who apparently they do seem rather brain dead, to be fair, and that is the threat of being locked up. And that's where Keir Starmer's got it right on that one, and Yvette Cooper. Arrest them quickly. Get him locked up quickly. I know he's been criticised for two-tier policing and stuff like that, but let's be honest. If he didn't do it, he'd be criticised for not acting. And now he's been criticised because his sentencing is too soft. And I think it is, personally. I think it is too soft. It's totally not comparative to what's been going on with the Stop Oil protesters. Their sentencing is like 4 times as harsh as these people who have been trying to kill people. Isn't that attempted murder? Well, the government has also been in the process, or have actually strengthened the laws on counter extremism and that as well, like those on the right, on the far right, but also on the far left. Extremism comes from all places. It's not, if you're hard on the left, well then, quite frankly, it won't be long before you'll be shaking hands with the right. It's just how it is. Extremism is extremism. We need to be down the middle, somewhere around the middle. Preferably a little bit to left. Okay, left of centre is, I think, it's like the sort of the ideal ground. And I would say Keir Starmer is more centre than anything at the moment. Although in the past it doesn't make much sense to me, because Keir Starmer's actually got quite a modest upbringing. I don't know if you heard this before, but apparently he's the son of a toolmaker. I don't know if you heard that. No, I don't think Keir Starmer's ever said that, has he? No, I don't know. Anyway, what do you reckon? Do you reckon that Nigel Farage is a terrorist? I would say it'd be very hard to prove. So it could be an allegation. I think it's more of an allegation at the moment. But there are certain individuals in his party, and not in his party, who are terrorists, who are inciting violence, and could be arrested. It's possible they could be arrested on the Terrorism Act on the basis of inciting violence, encouraging others to perform acts of terrorism. That's the most cowardly form of terrorism. It's like sitting in the armchair, just watching it all go on and not actually taking part. Not putting yourself in front of the police officers to get over there to a battle. The baton or baton? Whatever. These people are cowards. Nigel Farage is a coward. They're all cowards. Actually, weak little individuals, really. And there's me sitting on the other side of the channel. In my office. Okay, I'm doing my bit, but yeah. I'm a lover, not a fighter, okay? Oh, anyway, after that, let's go. It's time to go. So, anyway, please boot the old like button. There you go. There's a like button. And it's not actually a button, it's just it's a prompt, okay? Yeah. And a little bell icon, which happens to be there. Because then you get one fuzzy thing in your pocket every time I upload another video. And if you don't know already. We are doing a rewilding here in France where we're planting 1,000 trees on 2 hectares of land. It's going to be around 1,500 to 2,000 trees time we're finished. But if you want to be a part of that, there's a GoFundMe link down below. And if you make a small contribution, we'll plant a tree on your behalf. But I'll also make the sign go with the tree. There's more information about it on the actual GoFundMe page as well. And we've also got a rewilding channel that we're, as well. So anyway, you tell me, are these people performing terrorist acts as per the Terrorist Act 2006? Actually, 2000. Anyway, it's time for me to go. So I say toodaloo, So toodaloo, and have a lovely rest of the weekend. It's Sunday, as it is. Toodaloo.